Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. To start things off, we were talking a bit about this last week, and lo and behold, it apparently has come true. Russian social media giant VK Kontakta, or VK, has launched an internal currency known as VK coin that can be mined. This was said by local media outlet TASS a couple of days ago. The move follows recent reports that last week that VK coin was launching, or VK was launching a bespoke cryptocurrency. The official information provided on VK coin, however, does not indicate that the coin is based on blockchain technology. It does, however, encourage users to mine the coin via VK services. The service works via a mobile app clicker game that lets users earn the internal currency, send it to other users, and compete for top winners lists based on VK coin holdings. The service is available on iOS and Android according to TASS, generating 0.001 VK coins on default. The game lets users spend the coins to buy boosts to enable faster mining, which is amazing. According to a post via VK's internals payment services, VK Pay, VK Coin, users will soon be able to exchange their coins for various services and discounts with external partners. By April 5th, VK coin mining has been used by more than 4 million people, while the richest user has mined over 890 million coins. Keeping in mind, this is a clicker game, which, if I'm not mistaken, means you kind of tap the screen to get it to kind of work that way, which means that this person has clicked so many times that they've gotten the other rewards and stuff like that to buy the boost to be able to mine the coin faster, that it got them 890 million coins. If there are 4 million people who have been using this, there has to at least be 100 trillion tokens out there to be able to mine. Like, I don't think that person mined, air quotes, the entire supply by themselves. According to local media outlet TJ, VK coin users have started exchanging their coins for fiat money or services such as for posting ads. VK declined to comment on whether the new coin relates to, or is planned to relate to, cryptocurrency or blockchain, telling Cointelegraph that the firm does not comment on rumors. I feel like, are you using blockchain or is this a cryptocurrency? Does not constitute a rumor. It's just kind of, what exactly are you selling? I assume that this has been done because they're trying to, at least in my opinion, beat Facebook coin to the punch, because as of right now, Facebook coin is supposed to be coming out either this month or next month. Like, a lot of people, I think, aren't really paying attention to that. Like, they said it was supposed to happen relatively soon, so I assume this is why they launched their own Mineable cryptocurrency. I have no idea what this thing is, but the fact that they even have one, I can only imagine what Facebook's coin is going to be for. And quick side note, I don't know if it's just people, maybe it's just me, maybe, no, it's not me. Maybe it's just new people watching the channel. I have no idea what it is. Somebody was like, yeah, well, you were so excited for Facebook coin a couple of months ago. What happened? I've never been excited for Facebook coin. The fact is that this coin, whether you want to believe it or not, is going to dominate social media because of how much money they actually have flowing behind it. Like, I wasn't telling people to go buy Facebook coin or how excited I was to purchase some Facebook coin and hold some of it on my computer because I love Facebook. It's more like, no, they're a multi-billion-dollar entity who's going to probably find an enormous amount of ways to get you, your friends, and your family, if you're using Facebook, to actually use the token. And part of the problem that people have in the cryptocurrency space is that if Facebook coin or Facebook is powerful enough and they start to get it listed on actual cryptocurrency exchanges, and then it gets listed on CoinMarketCap, this will cause a problem because it'll probably take away the spotlight from other coins that are actual cryptocurrencies. That was the point. Anyway, let's move on. Next up, the latest rally of Bitcoin's price has caused the volume of CME Bitcoin futures contracts to surge, trading upwards of $683 million US. This marks an increase of around 950% since the beginning of the month. Leading derivatives marketplace CME Group has seen a massive increase in the number of Bitcoin futures contracts, fueled by the latest price rally. On the 4th of April, CME traded upwards of $563 million worth of Bitcoin futures contracts. Here's a little chart right here. The total number of contracts traded on the platform was 22,542. According to the contract specifications, each of them represents 5 Bitcoin. Given that Bitcoin was trading around $5,000 throughout the day, this gives us a total volume of around 563 million US dollars. So, I mean, it's clear that there is a lot of the, and I think I'm going to make another video sometime later on to show you exactly what's really happening in the cryptocurrency space. For that push above 5,000 caused a huge amount of the mindset has changed relatively strongly. Is that right? In the market, and a lot of people are a lot more bullish on Bitcoin right now. And it just kind of goes to show, you know, when you have a 950% increase over the course of like a 4 or 5 day period, kind of shows where people think things are going. Next up, I thought this one was kind of special because of what's going on. United States Commodities Futures Trading Commission, or the CFTC Chairman, J. Christopher Giancarlo, has emphasized the agency's commitment is to monitor, not to impede, the development of the cryptocurrency sector. Giancarlo made his remarks during a speech devoted to the EU-US regulatory cooperation for derivatives markets delivered at the Euro-5 Financial Forum in Bucharest, Romania on the 4th of April. The chairman expressed his agency's support of international efforts to review the effectiveness of the G20's derivatives reform agenda and to ensure they enhance, rather than stifle, derivatives markets. He noted that the CFTC is itself committed to making its own rules and regulations simpler, less cumbersome, and less costly for market participants. In his context, he isolated the CFTC's positive approach to new derivative products for crypto assets and other emerging technologies. He said that here's where it gets interesting, we have resisted calls to use our legal powers to suppress the development of crypto assets. Instead, we have favored less monitoring of market developments while not hindering the introduction of new products like Bitcoin futures, which have proven invaluable in letting markets forces determine the appropriate value of the Bitcoin, end quote. First, I think it's interesting that he actually openly announced that apparently people were telling them to suppress cryptocurrencies, which is kind of interesting. Second, it's difficult to take the CFTC and I guess to another extent the SEC seriously, because they keep saying that they're trying not to impede or slow down or hinder or stop the cryptocurrency market or space or sphere or whatever you kind of want to call it. But they take years to kind of give any type of information on exactly what's going to happen with any given cryptocurrency, or even more so, even if we just look at what's happening with Batch, they said it would take 30 days for them to give proper regulation on exactly what's happening with the backed platform, and it would take them 30 days. I can't really dig much deeper on that one. That was in December, somewhere around there, and their argument was that the partial government shutdown was the reason for it, and then the government shutdown ended, and it's still been about a good 104, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, and still no information. It kind of is what it is. I mean, I wonder who these people were who came forward who were asking for the suppression of the development of crypto assets. I assume dark, brooding characters sitting in a castle. But anyway, yeah, I don't really buy it. At least me. Maybe I'm a bit too skeptical. But, you know, when you say that you're going to do something and you take a year and a half to do it, when you say 30 days, or when you say that you're going to do something next month, or remember when we had the whole thing in the cryptocurrency space that it was last April 2018, we were going to have cryptocurrency laws. And then the G20 said we would have worldwide crypto rules and regulations by June 2018, and that never happened. And then they said by December, and that never happened. Yeah, so you kind of, yeah, let's move on. Next up, Cumberland, the cryptocurrency division of Chicago-based trading firm DRW Holdings, is reporting a surge of Bitcoin bids worth more than $4.9 million each. The dotted line below show 13 orders of at least 1,000 Bitcoin Each were traded in less than an hour. And this happened after the little surge that we actually had a couple days ago. They said the post-trade analysis of Monday's evening price action revealed a series of large bids over 1,000 Bitcoin each within a 1 hour trading span. Cumberland suggests that the trades were actually buyers as opposed to bids that were simply being placed. According to global head of trading at Cumberland, Bobby Cho, he says the bids were executed and economically bid. Okay, why not? On Wednesday, Cumberland noted that Bitcoin's 10% increase was a first within 8 weeks. Cumberland, which started its over-the-counter trading desk in 2014, says, "We were watching for $5,000, the next even number, and now it's 5,500 and 5,800 strong resistance points, which have previously caused several uptrend and downtrend sell-offs to and from $20,000. Meanwhile, Bloomberg added algorithmic trading to a list of suspects behind the Bitcoin price spikes when Bitcoin broke above the $4,200 resistance on last Monday. Bloomberg is probably one of the most, I think it was Bloomberg, CNBC, and some other, what's it called? News network, information where people get their financial news from. They were reporting that since Bitcoin went above, so when Bitcoin was, it was like 41.98 for a good 2 weeks, legitimately 2 weeks. And then Bitcoin shot above, I think it was 4,900. Bloomberg, CNBC, and other unnamed entity were putting out so many news articles about how Bitcoin was just still hype. Nobody pay attention to the price movements going up. No one pay attention to this. Everyone should actually sell some of their Bitcoin because the prices were going to go back down. They were all writing, and now they're all writing, even like yesterday, that Bitcoin is overbought. There's too much hype around it. Why is the price going up? There's no reason for the price to go up. little annoying. It makes me upset that things like that are even legal, that you can actively use your platform to suppress and try to push down prices of cryptocurrencies. And in my head, I'm fairly certain that the people behind these mega platforms are also buying up tons of cryptocurrencies. It's really weird that for weeks they barely had any news on cryptocurrencies, but the moment that Bitcoin's price goes up by, what was it, $700, all of a sudden Bitcoin is overbought and it's time for everyone to start selling their Bitcoin. It's weird that you can even post something like that for millions of people to see. It's kind of frustrating is the word. Next up, the United States county of Missoula in the state of Montana has adopted regulation of cryptocurrency mining. They reported this, the outlet The Missoulian reported a couple days ago. Per the report, the Missoula County Board of Commissioners voted unanimously to impose new rules for local cryptocurrency mining operations. As Cointelegraph reported last month, when the regulation was first proposed, the draft of the rule stated that they aimed to protect the public health, safety, morals, and general welfare of county residents. The focus on the new law is seemingly on the possible effects of cryptocurrency mining on global warming and electronic waste. Also, from now on, crypto miners in the country will be able to establish their operations only in light industrial and heavy industrial districts, and only after they have reviewed and approved as a conditional case. What? Miners will also need to provide certification that all electronic waste generated will be handled by the Department of Environmental Quality licensed recycling firm. Another new rule established in the country requires miners to exclusively renewable energy. I think that's a bit intense. All of this is happening over here. And it's really weird because I'm glad that we don't hear as much of it anymore, because a lot of it, I don't understand why there's such an active force to kind of like smear cryptocurrencies. Like everything, I'm glad that we've gotten past the point where everything about cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin on the news, was just about Mt. Gox or about Silk Road. Like everything for years, like Bitcoin could have the greatest day, like Bitcoin could go up by 138% the whole week. And they're still like, yeah, but what about Mt. Gox a couple years ago? Are people still talking about that? What about the other thing where people were buying and selling drugs with Bitcoin 7.5 years ago? Is that still a thing? It's like people keep bringing these things up. What's been happening in the last 2 years that a lot of people, they've lost focus on the other things because no one really cares about Silk Road anymore because it's not really what have you. The argument now is that Bitcoin is destroying the world, but all the people who are making these mining operations also understand that they can't really rely on local electricity alone anymore. Like, it's just not the thing. Like, a lot of places around the world who've been setting up shop to mine Bitcoin and Ethereum have had a problem where they had contracts with these people, and by the end of the year, they're kind of like, nope, your contract's done, you gotta go. And they're like, we have 50,000 computers in this warehouse, what are we supposed to do? Well, you can't use our electricity anymore, so they've been using renewable energy. They've been using those gigantic windmill fans. They've been using hydroelectricity when they can, or they've been installing tons and 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 tons of solar panels. Everyone's been moving towards renewable energy because they know that it makes a lot more sense to just have your own power grid and your own renewable energy, as opposed to using the local council who can always just shut off your power, and then you start losing money when your computers have to all be turned off. Anyway, I'm rambling on. I mean, it's nice. I feel like there's so much mismanagement and misinformation when it comes to everything that's happening in the cryptocurrency space. I keep seeing so many people, and this is just me going off on a little tangent, I keep seeing so many people who have come to me, who I see, who I meet, who I talk to online, who are like, yeah, crypto still just makes no sense to me. I just don't know what to do with it. And I'm like, just sit down and read. Like, sit down and learn. If you don't know something, learn about it. Like, everything on the internet is free. It's free information everywhere. You can't kind of get away from it because it's all free. And so many people, not to say that these people have no idea what they're doing or what they're talking about, but it seems like everyone is so heavy-handed with everything that they do because of something that they heard from someone else, that they really don't completely understand the situation. This is why we had so many situations or problems with the SEC and the CFTC, and why we had those people had to stand in front of them, and the U.S. Sometime last year, like the U.S. government, where they were explaining the basics of cryptocurrencies, because these people on the panel didn't take an hour to learn what a blockchain was. It's very easy. Like, if you don't know something, I'm pointing at you right now. Like, if you don't know, you have a smartphone. I'm pretty sure you have a tablet. You probably have a laptop and or a computer of some sort. Learn about it. It's very simple. I don't know why people have this fear of not knowing something and then not wanting to learn about it. Bit of a tangent, but please just learn. It's very, very simple. Let's move on. To kind of finish things up, it's still a thing. The Bitcoin Lightning Network torch that has been passed around from many people on Twitter apparently is soon not going to be able to be passed any further. Bitcoin's Lightning torch will soon burn out, putting an end to a global payments experiment that has seen participation from hundreds of recipients, from tech luminaries like Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey to users in countries cut off from parts of the world by economic sanctions. Users taking part in the venture have been showing the power of Lightning's tech by passing a payment from one person to another. The so-called torch has burned through at least 54 countries so far, showcasing its cross-border prowess. This was apparently like a very big thing. A lot of people were trying to send the Bitcoin Lightning torch, as it is called, to different countries around the world that have actually banned cryptocurrencies, just to kind of show, hey, it's banned, but you can still use Bitcoin because it's on the internet. But because of the hard-coded transaction limit of about $170 at press time, it's around 4.29 million Satoshis, there's a limit on how many or how much Bitcoin can be sent across a Lightning channel at once. As such, users will only be able to pass the torch less than a dozen times before it hits that limit. Once the torch payment has hit the limit, people can no longer add 30 cents or so to the torch with each pass, as was the Lightning torch tradition. And apparently, people think that they're probably just going to start another torch all over again. Yeah, I mean, it's the end of an experiment that we had going on. I guess it's kind of cool. I guess it's nice to showcase that though you may be in a country where cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin are not allowed, you can still logically use them just because internet. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for this video. Bitcoin is going up slightly. It's very nice to see. It went up during the weekend, which was also nice to see. Apparently, the next resistance levels, depending on whose charts you look at, whose articles you read, Bitcoin is supposed to be 5,500 or 5,700 or 5,800. These are apparently multiple resistant levels. If we do happen to hit the $6,000 number, that apparently is a indicator of a full trend reversal, and we will then be in a bullish market or bullish trend, as we have apparently, in order to go from bear to bull in traditional markets, you need to go over 20% in one direction. Not the band. Are they a band? Is that a band? Anyway, I think I have ADD or something like that. I have something where I just can't really focus on. Like, there was a bird that flew by and I started talking about other stuff. Anyway, the point is, if we hit 6,000, apparently things will be peachy. And if we don't hit 6,000, then things will stay the way that they are. Apparently, everyone's indicating that things are pretty okay. So I can stop rambling on. Ethereum, for some reason, is up around almost 7%. Checked around for news, at least at the time of me making this video, there's no proper indication as to why Ethereum is up. Could just be Monday madness, which I also don't think is a thing. Litecoin was doing pretty well before. It was like at $93, $94. It apparently slipped down. Who knows? Hopefully, as the week goes on, as people wake up around the world, prices will continue to recover. I hope you all enjoyed. Sorry for my ramblings. I kind of just woke up. It just kind of is what it is. If you've been here before, you know exactly how it is, so you should be used to it. Hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, and or evening, wherever you are. Wherever you might be, I hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. They are, I'm going to try and say it in one breath. I still have that dry throat thingy, so if I cough, it's not my fault. One breath, here we go. Vlad the Impaler, Gilboa Snake, Rai, Brady Niels, L. Doug, Arthur Yaku, Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Nick Mangialarodi, Travis Haynes, Yasha Harari, Anthony Charles, Nick Kanaya, singer-songwriter Mike Savitz, Wise Night Owl, Joey Carafa, Crypto Joe, Jim Gardner, Jared Schneider, Jeremy Fox, Amy Starsheen, Richie Rich the Third, nope, not one breath, Jeffrey Ramsey, Cody, Carl Burchinoff, Paxis, Jeffrey Dam, Nicholas, One Earth, One Peace, One Love, Setsuna, Minting Coins, Crypnotic, RF Dusty, Shaolin Fried Rice, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, and SC Verzely Fine Art. Thank you all very much for your generosity. I tried to do it in one breath. I think somewhere along the way it became 4 breaths and I just didn't notice. Thank you all once again for watching and listening. And yeah, I will talk to you all soon. See you.